internet, it is I, the Roshi, and I'm back with another reaction. This time, reacting to Overture teaser, The Final Feast. I don't know anything about what I'm about to see, other than that I think characters are going to be introduced, and that it focuses on the Fontaine region. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's a region that will be available soon within the game. I don't really know if there are going to be spoilers in this. At the same time, I feel like I've already been spoiled by reading through the comment section of my videos. That doesn't really bother me because I may be decent at noticing information, however retaining it, I'm not the best at it. So I figured, what harm could be done? Let's give this a shot anyway. Let's begin.
My mission.
The original sin is the fairest. Everyone sinks. Make the most of the final feast, because for the sinners, the curtain call has come.
Ladies and gentlemen, she did it! Seeing is believing, my friends. This has been Linny and Lynette's magic show. The essence of magic is getting people to believe a lie. And the most important part of this is what people see. People don't realize how much they expect their eyes to tell them the truth. But what you see is not real. It's all a show. And every part of the show is carefully controlled.
Controlled how?
By choosing the right time, the right place, and the right people. Whoever controls these three controls everything. But keep your eyes peeled, and you might be able to turn things to your advantage. In a nutshell, magic is what you see with your own two eyes.
Very fun. But it's not enough. Let me make something clear. You think of yourselves as magicians, but when you're on the stage, you're first and foremost actors. Good actors hone their craft to mesmerize the whole crowd.
Boring! I mean, why do I even bother? When are we going to finally see a real twist for once?
Please refrain from levity in the court. This trial is far from over.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so I have a lot of thoughts, and I don't know, maybe I feel a little foolish right now because I'm sure a lot of people watching this probably already know more than what I do. So keep in mind, this little breakdown that I'm about to give this thing is based off of pretty much no prior knowledge to anything about Fontaine or these characters. I'm sure in the game maybe they're hinted at, or maybe there's been other trailers where you've seen them, Possibly. Once again, I'm not sure, but I'm just going to give my 2 cents and point out some things that I think are really cool that I noticed, or some things that, you know, I'm not quite sure about or have some questions. Yeah, this is the breakdown bit. I do think the title of this teaser alone is very interesting because it's called Overture, which is the beginning of something, right? Like the beginning of a play, there's like a big orchestral number that plays. But it's also called the Final Feast. And I'm wondering if there's some biblical connection to this, because the Final Feast, the Last Supper, just throwing that out there. First of all, I want to say that this teaser looked awesome. Starts off very mysterious, and then you definitely have this showman vibe here. We're putting on a performance, a magic show. I like the little monologue here. We see some of these characters and, you know, their relationships possibly. This is a very interesting dynamic showing 2 complete opposites of characters hanging out. It's pretty wholesome. I like this kind of thing where you've got like the big broody character and the small bubbly character who happen to be like best friends. I don't know if that's what's actually going on here, but that's just how I feel about that. I'll touch on that more in a second. Okay, you got these stoic people walking down the corridor. You have this lady who's just showing off. She whips out her gun and thighs. No complaints. And you have this woman. I see this woman and I instinctually want to start barking, but I'm going to suppress that for now so I can focus on the teaser as a whole. Focusing on the teaser. So it appears that this takes place on a stage. It feels like an opera house with its kind of gothic feel to it. Oh, here's a good look at it. Let me check the description. Maybe the description has some stuff. Okay, let's see. Enjoy a rapturous ode sung in reverse. Enjoy a whirling waltz drowning in tears of joy and sorrow. Enjoy a magical performance for which none shall applaud. The actors have taken the stage, the audience have taken their seats. So let us enjoy it all, right until the final curtain call. Enjoy a rapturous ode sung in reverse. Well, rapturous is like rapture. It's a great event. It's supposed to be a good thing. Rapturous. Ode is a song or poem sung in reverse. If something rapturous is leading to something great, then the reverse of that would be the opposite of that, or at least that's how I'm interpreting that. Yeah, enjoy a whirling waltz, drowning in tears of joy and sorrow. To me, this just sounds like chaos. Enjoy chaos, because chaos is neither good or bad. There can be happy chaos, there can be sad chaos. That's why you have tears of joy and sorrow. However, it's a little interesting. It contradicts itself a little bit because it says a whirling waltz. Whirling is making me feel chaos. However, a waltz is a form of dance. And although there are many kinds of different sorts of waltzes out there, there is a structure to the waltz. There are specific steps you're supposed to take. So it's almost like a planned chaos. Enjoy a magical performance of which none shall applaud. To do something that will be powerful yet unnoticed. So with these 3 lines here, they're saying to enjoy the misery, enjoy the planned chaos,
Chaos control!
and enjoy doing something that is going to have a big effect yet go unnoticed. The actors have taken the stage, the audience have taken their seats. Everything's in place. It's time to begin, right? So let's enjoy it all right until the final curtain call. Let's just do it. Enjoy it till the very end. Interesting. Yeah. Now, I don't know exactly what that means in the world of Genshin, but it does very much sound like that there is something in motion. There is a plan here with all these characters. They are doing something. It's going to have a huge effect, yet it's not necessarily for the sake of being seen, yet it's going to cause some kind of emotion, and that they're ready to do it and they're going to see it through until the end. Just in the description here, that's what it means, at least to me. And that has this make a lot more sense to me now after deciphering that and looking back at this. Okay, now I'm going to go through this a little bit, piece by piece, just to talk about some things here. This character, I don't know who this is. I believe this might even be a flashback because there are some similarities with this character here to this guy. I'm really only saying that because they share the same hair color and eye color, but it is technically of a different haircut. Like, it's trimmed here and it's not so much. I mean, she's got that. Huh. Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure who that first character is. There is some resemblance with him and these two here, who I imagine are brother and sister. If it's not him, then that character in the beginning is connected to these two in some way.
The essence of magic is getting people to believe a lie. And the most important part of this is what people see.
And that right there is probably my favorite line in all of this. The essence of magic is getting people to believe a lie, which is 100% true, at least when it comes to this kind of magic, right? It's all sleight of hand and misdirection, and in some cases, smoke and mirrors. That is the essence of magic. Although they're referring to magic, they are also referencing something else, as is alluded to the description of this video. And the most important part of this is what people see. Seeing is believing, after all, right? We have Mary Poppins, and we have Monocle Girl here. I like their designs.
And every part of the show is carefully controlled.
Controlled how?
What's funny here, and I don't know if people pick up on it or not, but you have this cute little character and big broody goth punk guy, and they have their drinks, and they have a cool dynamic between them, this wholesome relationship, most likely, because it already feels kind of wholesome here, right? She's trying to give him a drink, share something with him, and he has the option to choose his tea or the drink that the girl gave him. He chooses his tea, and he's just chillaxed, and she starts panicking a little bit, and it's kind of cute, right? Now, if you look a little deeper in there, the dialogue at the time is talking about control and being in control and that outcome and all that stuff, right? You have this little girl here trying to give the bigger guy something to drink. Like, here, have this. Drink this one. Do this thing. And then he's like, what do I want? I'm going to choose this. And then she panics and is like, no, drink mine. Drink the thing that I'm trying to give you, right? And it's two examples of control. One trying to impose some kind of control, and the other one considering options and being in control. They did it in a very cutesy way here, but it's just funny how they're talking about that whole aspect. And you have these two characters that show both sides of the coin of control. Trying to control and already being in control. Then you have this interesting transition through a tube, and they talk about, well, who's in control? And we see these characters here. We see this guy later sitting upon his big, fancy, special chair. So you get the feeling that this dude is calling the shots. He's in charge. And then you also have this character who, once again, may I just say, thighs. But she also has a gun and electro powers, which is neat. Now, when I saw this character, I immediately thought of Yelan, because Yelan has a blue color scheme. This character has a blue color scheme. They're both very hot women, and there is jazz playing in the background right now. Love her design. I just do. From this teaser, it seems like he is in charge calling the shots, and this is like their right hand, or their enforcer. And then you have her again. Love her. Oh my god, no wonder she's on the thumbnail. Like, holy jeez.
Let me make something clear. You think of yourselves as magicians, But when you're on the stage, you're first and foremost actors. Good actors hone their craft to mesmerize the whole crowd.
What I like about what she's talking about is the difference between being a magician and an actor. Not saying a magician can't act, they can. Magicians are actors. It's to fool people, it's to play, it's to do these tricks, it's to lie. But you can argue that an actor is a bigger liar. Maybe a more convincing liar. They're taking on a whole new persona. They are making you believe in an entirely different story. So here it's very much like, you can't be the little fish. You have to be the shark. And once again, it leads back into the other stuff. Taking control of the situation by having people believe a thing, although it may not be what it actually appears to be. But people will see it a certain way, and because they do, that's what it'll mean to them.
Boring! I mean, why do I even bother? When are we going to finally see a real twist for once?
You have this character complaining. However, even though they are complaining, love their getup. Genshin characters are just dripped out. I think I've said that somewhere before, but they are. They're just 100% dripped out all the time. But this part is very, very interesting to me because this character's saying, boring, why do I even bother? You know, why do I even try? And then, when are we going to finally see a real twist for once? And she is holding this burning photograph over and around the guy who I said is pretty much in charge of all the shenanigans that will probably be taking place. And this is immediately telling you that there will be a twist, that there is a twist. Something's up, and it's involving this guy and what people are supposed to believe. Earlier, we saw them taking pictures, and they also mentioned that the whole seeing is believing kind of thing.
People don't realize how much they expect their eyes to tell them the truth. But what you see is not real.
But right here, we have the picture burning away. It's making a halo around this dude, highlighting him. He's the leader of the whole situation. Something's up. A twist is going to happen involving this guy and the truth. So, that's pretty cool. I love seeing all these characters. I love the deeper meaning that at least I'm picking up from it. I don't know, it's all just speculation. It's just my insight at work. I could be right. Maybe I'm horribly wrong. And I guess we'll find out when people get to explore this region and these characters more so. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'm eager to hear your thoughts. And if you did get this far in the video, if you are hearing me right now, then please in the comment section in your message, leave water park, and that way I will know that you are a real one. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.